got an antique cane gun. It's a cane and a gun.
It's the first cane gun I've seen in like 20 years, and it's really cool.
I got a 1940 Indian motorcycle.
Sweet, this is amazing.
First through the door, a seller brings in a stadium coat worn by a U.S. athlete in the 1956 Winter Olympics. It's vintage, it's wool, and it's missing the hood. Rick's impressed but cautious. No proof of which athlete wore it makes it a gamble. Seller wants $1,200. Rick shoots back with $600. They finally meet at $850.
I brought this stadium coat worn by a U.S. athlete that competed in the 1956 Winter Olympics.
Rick calls in Jeremy, the sports memorabilia expert, to evaluate the coat. Jeremy confirms it's legit Olympic gear, worn in the opening ceremony. But missing the hood and no athlete ID knocks it down to $800 value. Rick paid $850. Cue the facepalm.
The 56 Winter Games, it was only the 7th Winter Olympics ever. Most importantly, this would have been the Soviet Union's debut in the Winter Olympics. Their main focus was to demonstrate the superiority of communism.
Next, a customer walks in with a 1940s pinup poster found among her mother's things. It's risque, it's retro, and Rick immediately schools her on why pinup paintings existed, because photos that racy were illegal. This one's a print by Earl MacPherson, which means it's not worth thousands. Rick offers $25. Sold.
It's kind of a pinup from the 1940s.
Some racy stuff, huh?
Well, that's kind of why I was a little shocked when I found it in my mother's papers.
Now for the big gamble. An 1861-era gambling kit complete with dice, derringer, knife, cards, and chips. The seller wants $8,000 but will settle for $6,000. Rick suspects the kit is assembled from multiple eras. He finds a hallmark on the knife and dates it to 1887. Well after the gambler it was supposedly owned by had died.
What do we have here?
We have an 1861 gambling kit.
You'd be a fish in the water playing poker with me.
Despite the historical mashup, Rick loves the set. He counters with $2,000. The seller holds firm at $3,000. They meet there. Not 1861 authentic, but still worth the bet.
I believe this kit was probably an original gambling kit, but I do not think it is from 1861.
Back at the shop, Chum walks in holding a Snoop Dogg doll, gifted by his daughter. Yep, the 2002 talking Snoop for faux shizzle. Seller wants $300. Chum counters with $40. They eventually land at $100 for shizzle.
What do you got?
I have an original Snoop Dogg doll for you.
Snoop Dogg doll.
Snoop Dogg.
Sweet. Where'd you get this?
My daughter gave it to me.
For shizzle.
For sizzle.
Then the poker night challenge erupts. The old man declares a warehouse showdown. Winner takes all. Everyone throws in $100 and silver dollars as chips. The trash talk flies fast and furious.
Earlier, the old man challenged everyone to a game of poker. We all put in $100, winner take all. And I even got some silver dollars from the shop to use as chips.
First hand, Corey goes all in. Bold move, Cotton. Chum calls him with eights. Not great. Corey loses fast, folds back into the shadows.
I'll match him. It's good. Thank you.
Chum tries to buy back in with the Snoop Dogg doll. Rick's like, seriously? But lets him anyway, because of course.
Cars and some swords and lunch boxes.
What do you want for the Snoop Dogg doll?
$100.
All right, you're in.
All right.
The final hand is an all-in frenzy. Old man stays calm, cool, and calculated. He pulls pocket nines and wipes the floor with everyone. Classic.
I'm all in.
All right, I'm all in too.
I'm looking around the table and I don't see nothing but donkey.
Up next, we kick things off with a guy bringing in what he claims is a Confederate Arkansas toothpick knife. Rick loves the style and history, but the wood handle is suspiciously pristine. It supposedly spent a century buried under a farmhouse. But that clean finish? Sus.
Hey, what can I help you with?
I have here what I believe to be a Confederate knife. I've been told it's called an Arkansas toothpick.
Looks like a shiv to me, man.
Rick brings in Jeff the blade expert, who confirms the knife's design is period correct but flags the handle. It's too crisp for something that was underground for decades. Final verdict, possibly real, but can't be confirmed. Rick offers $400. The seller wanted $5,000. Brutal, but he takes it.
This form is what's known as an Arkansas toothpick. The reason they called it an Arkansas toothpick, I think, basically was to be cute. It was an oxymoron, just like jumbo shrimp.
Next up, Rick and Corey go check out a 1970 Honda 600, basically a four-wheel motorcycle. It runs on ether, hasn't had fresh gas in 15 years, and looks like it might crumble from a strong breeze. The seller wants $4,000. Rick offers $400. No deal. But hey, the ether comes free.
So what do we got here, man?
It's a 70 Honda 600.
All right.
This is like the first one off the boat.
There's not a lot of them left.
Yeah, because every time one got in a car accident, they were
Well,
done.
you can step on it and the party's over, man.
Then a seller walks in with a Bernie Madoff Rolex from the U.S. Marshals auction. It's a 1936 vintage, and the guy wants $75,000. Rick is skeptical. Restoration is a red flag in the world of rare watches. Madoff's rep doesn't help.
I have something I'd like to show you. It's Bernie Madoff's Rolex.
Who's Bernie Madoff?
He's the one that put together the Ponzi scheme and stole billions and billions of dollars.
Oh, that rad.
Rick takes the watch apart and finds the face and hands are replacements. Major downgrade. That $75,000 dream drops to a $10,000 reality. The seller tries to bump it to $40,000, but Rick shuts it down. The Madoff watch walks out.
$75,000.
It's one of those things where it almost looks too good to be true. I need to take a better look at this.
Okay.
Okay, if you don't mind, I'm going to bring it in the back, and there's a few things I need to do.
Okay.
A customer brings in a vintage boxing bell signed by Sonny Liston. It sounds legit, literally. The guy wants $600. Rick offers $300. They settle at $400, even though there's no signature authentication. Rick's betting on Vegas boxing hype.
How's it going, man?
Hey, how you doing? I got this old boxing bell I'm looking to sell. It was hand-signed by Sonny Liston.
That is cool.
Let's see how it sounds.
Later, Rick brings in Drew, the signature expert, and boom, the signature is fake. Drew reads it like a forensic detective. Corey gets roasted for trusting his gut. The bell's still a cool piece, but the autograph angle's DOA.
It's signed by Sonny Liston.
Really? Well, you know about the story about Sonny Liston, Muhammad Ali, and the big fight and everything, right?
Yeah, I heard it was there's a lot of controversy around it.
A lot of people think that he might have taken a dive.
I mean, he was a 7-1 favorite in the
Right.
fight.
Well, the whole world was shocked.
Back at the shop, a guy brings in a 1957 UMC bowling arcade game. It's huge, retro, and hasn't been plugged in since the 1980s. Rick likes it, but knows the repair bill will be massive. The seller wants $6,000. Rick goes in at $1,000.
Hey, I got something really, really sweet to show you.
What do you got?
Bowling arcade game.
Awesome. Bring it in.
Right on.
Hey, boss.
I'm coming down here to the pawn shop today to sell my 1957 bowling alley arcade game.
After a failed attempt at negotiating with store credit, the seller takes the $1,000 cash. He only paid $50 at an estate sale, so he's smiling all the way to the baby shower.
This was in a bar. Everything in here is going to be completely mucked up with like cigarette smoke. It's going to be nasty. And all the electronics got to be replaced. You know, I'd give you $1,000 for it, and I shouldn't even be paying you that.
So first up, a guy walks in with Hitler novelty matches. Yup, that sentence just happened. Rick opens the tiny box of World War II era gag matches mocking Hitler, shaped like literal bombs, and proudly boasting, "Strike a match on Hitler's britches." You cannot make this stuff up. Rick's cracking jokes, but the guy wants $100. Rick offers $60. A little back and forth happens, and they settle at $75 for Hitler's flammable rear end.
Hey, how can I help you?
I came across these little Hitler matches. My stepdad actually had them in his garage.
I usually don't take Hitler stuff, but
They're just mocking Hitler on the matches, that's all.
Right after that blast from the past, pun intended, a woman comes in holding what looks like a Civil War cavalry jacket. Rick's eyes light up, but you can tell he's suspicious. It looks way too clean. No scuffs, no moth holes. Like, did this thing time travel from 1865 to Vegas untouched? She wants to fund a school theater department, so she's hoping it's real. Rick promises to call in an expert. Cue the suspense.
Hey, what can I help you with?
Well, got this uniform jacket in with some costumes. We do some high school productions, and we get donations in periodically. And with that came this Civil War jacket.
But hold up, it's time to get serious again. Rick brings in Mark the expert to assess the Civil War jacket. Mark's got the history knowledge of a professor and the poker face of a CIA agent. He scrutinizes the fabric, stitching, and even missing loops. Drum roll, it's legit. A real 1854 model Civil War jacket, possibly worn by someone behind the lines or preserved from surplus. Jackpot.
I'll tell you how many times I've seen things that have gone into costume collections that really shouldn't have. Rick, what are your concerns on it?
I mean, it just looks too good to be true. Generally, when I see that, that's generally the case.
Now comes the money talk. Rick starts at $750. The seller fires back with $850, and Rick actually agrees. You can see the disbelief and joy hit her face like a cannon blast. She walks out with $850 and a whole new respect for attic donations. Seriously, who knew Civil War gear could still fund school plays?
Okay, so what are you looking to get out of it?
We talking $1,000 or
I really believe in an auction I can get $1,500, $2,000 out of this thing.
Wow, that's impressive.
But there's a lot of fees with an auction.
Meanwhile, the shop's staffing drama is real. Rick's scrambling to cover the graveyard shift, but everyone's dodging it like it's a haunted house. Chumlee pleads exhaustion. Old man's doctor's appointment mysteriously falls at midnight, and Corey nowhere to be found. Rick's sarcasm is flying fast, and the tension builds hilariously as everyone tries to pass the graveyard hot potato.
All right, guys, I need someone to work graveyard tonight.
Can't do it. I'm busy.
All right, Chum, you're working graveyard.
I got a doctor's appointment. At night?
You don't have a damn doctor's appointment.
Chumlee's alone in the shop and fully embracing his new nocturnal lifestyle. There's barely anyone coming in, so he's goofing around and cracking jokes about sleeping on the job. Corey shows up shocked that Chum's actually functioning. Even Old Man is impressed. Holy cow, raise the flag, Chum's awake. You can't make this up.
They got me working the night shift, but I really don't mind it because there's not much going on at night. Sorry, I can't help you, but I find ways to keep busy.
In appreciation, Rick actually buys Chumlee breakfast, but only for Chum and himself. Old Man is livid. "Where in the hell's mine?" he shouts while Rick gleefully eats a Western egg sandwich. You'd think they just stole his social security check. It's petty, hilarious chaos.
Hey, I'm impressed, Chum. Thanks for filling in.
Just doing my part.
Token of my appreciation, bought your breakfast.
Sweet. About time.
I'm impressed, Chumlee.
Awesome. I love a Western egg and cheese.
Then things turn literary. A guy brings in a signed Will Rogers book. At first, Corey thinks it's Roy Rogers, classic, but Rick's instantly impressed. Limited edition, signed by hand, legit Americana. The seller picked it up at a garage sale for $30, hoping to flip it for $500. Corey steps in with a ruthless offer of $100. They haggle, laugh, bond over chest-waxing movie references, and land at a cool $200.
Hey, what can I help you with?
Actually here to sell my Will Rogers book.
Isn't that the guy with the museum when we would drive to California? You'd always threaten to take me there or something?
No, that's Roy Rogers.
Just when you think the episode can't get more nostalgic, in walks a dude hauling a giant porcelain Texaco sign from the 1940s. The old man is immediately giddy, reminiscing about filling up for $1 while roasting Chumlee's lowrider dreams. It's peak grandpa energy. The guy wants $1,000 for it, but it's got some dings. You know that's not flying here.
What you got here, son?
Oh, I brought in my old porcelain Texaco sign from the 1940s.
Gas was cheap back then. You could take $1 and fill the car up.
That's crazy. It takes $60 to fill out my lowrider.
Old man delivers his classic hardball tactic. Offer $400 or carry it back to your car. The seller tries to push for $700, but old man isn't budging much. They meet at $500, shake hands, and part ways. Honestly, watching that haggle was like watching two poker players bluff with gas signs.
This thing looks good for somebody who's been flapping in the wind for 50 years. People love these signs, so I'll buy it if this guy's not shooting for the moon.
And finally, arguably the cutest item of the episode. A woman walks in with Teddy Ruxpin and Grubby, the iconic storytelling toys from 1985. She's got tapes, working batteries, and a dream of getting $500 to buy toys for her kids. Corey's nostalgia kicks in fast, but his offer, not so much. He tops out at $150.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
That's Teddy Ruxpin and Grubby.
Mm-hmm.
You bought those for me when I was a kid.
Oh, I did?
Back in 1985, if you had these, you were the right? I mean...
The woman's face says it all. $150 just ain't gonna cut it. She politely declines, choosing to keep the toys for her kids. Honestly, good for her. Corey might know collectibles, but you can't put a price on childhood memories, especially ones that sing lullabies when you flip a switch.
Could you do 4?
I'll go up to 150, but that's gonna be the best I can do.
Well, I mean, I think I'll hold on to him. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
How about Teddy?
Moving on, a guy walks in with a Swedish 1787 carriage strongbox that looks like something you'd find in a medieval treasure hoard. Rick's intrigued but skeptical. Turns out this was the 18th century version of a car safe, hand-forged forged iron, steam bent wood, and zero tolerance for highway robbers. Seller wants $800. Rick starts at $400. Classic Pawn Stars grind.
Hey, how can I help you?
Got an old Swedish carriage strongbox.
Where in the world did you get this?
Found it at a farm auction in Sweden, actually.
The seller won't go below $500, and Rick, after some token groaning, agrees. The guy loses money, Rick gains an antique weapon-proof lockbox, and we all win with some dry Swedish history trivia.
Market has changed these days, I understand that.
You know, I'm thinking like $400. We're in the United States, people like stuff from the United States. It's just sort of the way things are.
Could you do 6?
Looks like an old pine trunk, son.
Then comes one of the most ridiculous things ever seen at the shop, a street-legal pirate ship. Yes, you read that right. Chumlee is practically hyperventilating with excitement. The seller wants $250,000 for it. Rick's first question, does it float? Answer, only in parades. This is pure chaos on wheels.
A call just came in from a guy selling a boat. It sounded cool, but no one else was around, so I decided to go check it out myself. Thought you had a boat.
It is a boat.
Does it float?
No, it is afloat.
This pirate ride has it all. Fog machines, lasers, multiple stages, and a big screen TV on the back to stream the onboard debauchery. Built on a GMC chassis with African mahogany and a 350 Chevy engine, it'll cruise at 60 miles per hour while blasting sea shanties. Chumlee's basically ready to marry it.
Chassis from a Chevy truck, took the body off, put a steel substructure underneath it, and we covered the whole thing with 100% African mahogany. It's got a 350 Chevy carbureted motor, pushing about 300 horsepower.
Rick isn't sold, so Chumlee tries to negotiate. The seller drops to $190,000. Chum offers $100,000, gets shut down, and receives a very firm nudge to call Rick. The moment Rick texts back, "Do not buy the float," you can see Chumlee's soul leave his body. He has to break the news, and the seller looks ready to toss him overboard.
Man, my bottom dollar's $190,000. That's giving it away.
$190,000. Giving it away.
Giving it away.
I don't think my boss would let me spend that much.
That's it?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Back inside, a seller brings in 18 1-ounce silver art bars from the 70s. They're shiny, sentimental, and totally ready for the melting pot. The guy wants $1,300, but Rick offers $675 based on spot silver prices. The seller politely nopes out of the deal, planning to wait until silver hits the moon.
Hey, boss, how you doing?
Doing all right, you?
Doing well. What do we got?
1-ounce silver bars from the early 70s.
All right.
I think they're called collector's art bars, if I'm not mistaken.
Then a guy comes in with a World War II bomber jacket and mission logs from his father. Rick is instantly drawn in. Turns out the man flew B-17s and was active during D-Day. Every mission logged with chilling notes like 7 holes in ship where I was sitting. This one hits different.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
I've got a World War II flight jacket that belonged to my father and some mission logs that he kept while he was flying around in a tin can.
Rick brings in aviation expert Mark to check it out, and Mark confirms it's an original bomber jacket from the 364th Bombardment Squadron. Combined with the handwritten mission logs, this piece is museum-worthy. Seller wants $2,500. Rick counters at $1,200. Tough call.
Now, the interesting thing is this was not official documentation. The debriefing, that was official, and that was done at the end of the flight. This, obviously, your father, he just wanted to have a record of what he was doing.
Eventually, the seller agrees to $1,200, feeling satisfied that the story will live on. It's one of those rare Pawn Stars moments that's actually touching and historical. No jokes here, just respect.
To $2,500.
I agree with you that it's a lot cooler now that Mark's came in and take a look at it, but I can't do $2,500.
15?
I will do 12. I will do $1,200, and that would be my tops.
Back to chaos. A woman comes in with 2 massive sterling silver and turquoise Native American figurines, a spirit wolf and an eagle dancer. The craftsmanship is unreal. The old man is smitten. Rick's eyes are screaming, "Don't buy them," but the old man isn't hearing it.
What do we have here?
I have 2 Indian figurines made of sterling silver and turquoise.
So how did you acquire these, young lady?
I worked at a restaurant and one of the customers gave me these as a gift.
The woman wants $8,000. Rick tries talking his dad down to $5,000, but this turns into a low-key battle of wills. The seller pushes back, landing the deal at $6,700. The old man looks victorious. Rick looks like he aged 5 years in 15 seconds.
I'll tell you what, I'll push it up to 65, and that's the top of the mark.
67.
Word, you're beating me up. Usually I don't fall in love with stuff, but I really love these things. They're really nice.
Rick can barely keep it together when he finds out they're only worth $5,800 in silver weight. The old man waves him off, calling it fine art. Rick calls it financial sabotage. They bicker like it's Thanksgiving dinner with no pie.
Are they silver?
They're sterling, son.
So you bought them for scrap, right?
Don't even think about melting these. You piss off the Pope sometime.
How much you paid for them?
I paid $6,700.
What are they scrap for?
About 58.
And finally, the cherry on top. Rick accuses the old man of acting like a kid. The old man claps back. "I am 46 years old." Rick replies, "You're still a kid." Pure sitcom energy. No sales made, no lessons learned, but maximum entertainment achieved.
Now that we're stuck with them, I guess we are going to put them out in the showcase.
Yes.
I guarantee you they will not sell.
Don't even go there, they will. Because they're beautiful.
Yeah, whatever. All right, Pops.
We kick things off with an absolute oddity. A guy walks in holding a cane gun. Yes, it's exactly what it sounds like, a walking cane that doubles as a gun. Apparently, he bought it from a guy who needed teeth. Rick's eyes light up immediately. It's the first one he's seen in 20 years. It's quirky, dangerous, and definitely illegal in at least 3 time zones.
I've got an antique cane gun. It's a cane and a gun.
It's the first cane gun I've seen in like 20 years, and it's really cool.
It's almost 200 years old.
This thing could be worth a lot of money.
The cane guns from the early 1800s, back when concealed carry meant hiding a firearm inside your fashion accessories. But with no visible maker marks, Rick knows he needs an expert. Still, he's hyped. It could be worth thousands if it's legit. The customer's calm, but you can tell he's secretly calculating how many more oddities he can buy with the payday.
On there, pull the hammer back and hit that, and that would shoot a flame directly down the hole. But it's just incredibly impractical to use. For self-defense, you want a pistol.
Back to the cane gun. Rick's expert finally arrives and confirms it's British, circa 1830. No maker's mark, but it's authentic. Value? Around $800 to $1,200. The seller shoots high, $1,500. But Rick shuts it down hard with a $600 offer. They go back and forth, finally settling at $700. And the guy immediately says that's what he lost gambling the night before, only in Vegas.
This was the only thing you had. You'd load this, put this up, you put a percussion cap on here. When you were ready to fire, pull the trigger. Boom, there you go.
Now for the grand finale. Rick and Chum take that cane gun out for a test reenactment. Chumlee, dressed as a 19th century gentleman, walks the sidewalk like he's strolling through history. Suddenly, a robber appears. Chum draws the gun, fires, and completely misses. The expert's like, "We're dead, Chum! We're dead!" Rick is laughing. Chum looks offended, and history just got shot in the foot.
I'm actually nervous this time. I don't want to get a splinter. My hands are pretty soft.
You sure this is the right way, Chum?
Will that lead you into danger?
Shoot him, Chum!
Next up, motorcycle mayhem. Rick and Chum take a trip to check out a 1940 Indian motorcycle allegedly owned by Steve McQueen. And when I say Rick is excited, I mean borderline fangirl mode. He's quoting The Great Escape like it's Oscar season. But things go south fast. The bike hasn't started in years, the wiring looks like a fire hazard, and oh yeah, it already caught fire once.
Okay guys, the reason I called you is I got a 1940 4-cylinder Indian motorcycle.
Well, it's definitely cool.
It was owned by Steve McQueen.
Still, it's Steve McQueen's bike. The seller wants $130,000. Rick tries to be polite, but counters with $70,000 tops. The guy won't budge from $120,000, even when Rick pushes to $85,000. Negotiations crash harder than a flaming motorcycle. They shake hands, but Rick's visibly bummed. That could have been the coolest bike in the shop.
$80,000 won't make it with me.
Okay.
I couldn't do that deal.
I mean, I'll go 85.
I can't let it go for that. It means too much to me.
Thanks a lot, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Then comes a book printed by Benjamin Franklin himself. Yup. a religious book from 1745, older than the Declaration of Freakin' Independence. The customer found it in his grandma's attic and wants at least $1,500. But the thing's held together with what looks like ancient duct tape. Rick stifles a laugh and calls in his historian buddy.
This is a book that was printed by Benjamin Franklin.
Okay. Printed and sold by B. Franklin, 1745, excuse me.
Now back to that Benjamin Franklin book. The historian inspects it and winces. Missing pages, antique tape. Franklin's ghost probably rolled in his grave. Still, it's real. If pristine, it'd be worth $4,000 to $6,000, but in its fragile state, $1,500 to $2,000. The customer aims for $1,200. Rick offers $500. Tension builds. They settle at $650. And honestly, that's a win for attic archaeology.
Oh boy, is this fragile. The Confession of Faith, printed and sold by B. Franklin, 1745. He printed 16 books himself where he put money out of his own pocket.
Someone shows up with a German quack medical device from the 1800s. Basically a torture contraption called a Lemon's vodka. I wish I were kidding. It's spring-loaded, comes with needles, and its only medical qualification seems to be can inflict pain. The guy wants $400. Rick, being generous and possibly concerned for public safety, offers $250. Deal.
I have a late 1800 Lebenswecker. This is going to cure all your ailments. We got a book here that will tell you exactly what's wrong with you and how to take care of it.
Things get extra awkward when a guy brings in a Doem, Young & Son survey instrument. He wants $5,000. Corey practically chokes. The guy insists it's turn of the century and super rare. Corey calls it middle of the road and offers $200. The seller storms out, saying they're trash. Corey just shrugs. Honestly, this dude Googled antique stuff and rolled the dice.
How much would you give me for it?
I'd give you around $200.
You gotta be out of your mind. $200.
Unfortunately, I have yet to have a person come in here who collects transit materials from the 1800s.
Well, you know what, man? You're out of your mind. I'm out of here.